Coming up on the grand final edition of the 100K multi, as always, trying to turn $10 into 100 grand, punting on the footy. Jev, what a massive show.
We catch up with our old mate, Joey Montagna. He comes on, we talk about his pre-season pod and his predictions this week. It is so good to see our man, Joey.
As we did last week, Jev, we went to the 2 prelims. We're trying to go this week. There's nothing better than being there on grand final day. We give you all the best bets, the ramble. We wwrap up the first goal glory. Jev, it's been a hell of a show.
Hell of a show, hell of a year. Can't wait for this weekend. Up the Cats.
Go Brizzy, come on. Welcome back to the show. It's grand final week. The stage is set. One prize that all teams seek. Rao won the Brownlow with the Charles round his neck. Lockie Neal's in the squad, looking to go back to back. The G will be packed. The stakes couldn't be higher. One game, one flag, one shot to inspire. One last crack, one last show for the year. Let's fire off 1,000,000 bets, and then we'll have 1,000,000 beers. Welcome back to the 100K Footy Show, where every week we get together, we collect our best bets for the weekend. We start cool, hard, crisp, $10 in pursuit to try and win $100,000. As always, boys, this season we're officially powered by
PointsBet, of course.
Boys, it is good to be back. Grand final special. We've done it all year long. Jev, good to be back.
Oh my God, this is a big show.
Oh,
it is
fuck
grand
it,
final
Dash.
show. It is back. Who's the most popular guy at the nudist colony?
Who's that?
The one who can carry a cup of coffee in each hand and 12 donuts.
Nice, Jev. That is fantastic, sharp, new gear. That's new material. That is new material. It's
good.
just sinking in as we go along. Morg's good to be back. Footy's back.
Footy is finally back. It's taken 24 long weeks and a couple of finals, Jeff, but it is finally back. Joey Montagna will be here in about 15 minutes, stars. I'm up and about. Bernie was awesome last week. Schofield, what about Schofield? We'll touch on him, but yeah, footy is back. It's taken a while, but it's finally here.
Boys, we're Riley here, and we may as well just jump straight into it. It's now time for everyone's favourite finger on the pulse.
Yep.
The 100Ks around the grounds in the footy world. It's time for ups and downs. Finger me, Morgs.
The only way to get your finger on the pulse of what's happening in the world of footy, Jeff.
Yes.
So my first up, level 2 at the MCG. We went to both nights, thanks to Queen of Tickets that looked after us. Was an unbelievable weekend. 2 prelims in Melbourne. We got sport for choice, but level 2 is where to sit. And there's a couple of toffees around, let's be honest. We're usually level 1 with the public, or we would have gone up high dust if we had to, but level 2 is where it's at. So if you ever get the chance to sit level 2, do yourself a favour. It was an unbelievable weekend,
It
Jeff.
was so good.
You didn't rate the level 2 bar me, but I thought it was the best bar me I've ever had.
The banh mi lacked hoisin sauce, but that's one for another day.
I enjoyed it.
It's actually my down.
Jesus Christ, still smart. Jeff.
Up prelim final weekend.
Oh, so cool.
It has to be on your bucket list.
Yep.
A Bucks party, a punters club weekend. You've just got to figure out how to get on your bucket list to be at 2 prelims back to back.
2 Melbourne prelims.
Especially 2 Melbourne prelims. You just got to try and go to both. It was the best weekend.
It was awesome.
It was so good. Straight from work Friday, drinking beers in Richmond, first prelim, played up a little bit after, straight back to Richmond the next day, another prelim.
Bit of gravy.
They were both bangers. 99,000 people at the G, both games. It was just so loud. The national anthem, just everything about them. You know what's at stake the next week. Just being at both prelims is bucket list.
Had to be there.
10 out of 10 weekends.
My first up, Patrick Dangerfield.
Great up.
We've been saying it for weeks, Jeff. If you could have one player with your life on the line, who are you going to take? In the NBA, you take LeBron James. In the AFL, you take Patrick Dangerfield. They've just been putting him on ice all season, saving him from himself. And then he went out and had that performance, which was unbelievable. And we'll get a bit pissed by the end. Is he actually doing this? And then you watch the replay and the replay was almost more impressive, but being there live, it just happened so fast. But Patrick Dangerfield is the biggest up, and you think he's just going to launch into this weekend as well.
The LeBron call gets better and better every time. I think of when you go to LA, you said you go see LeBron. Just thinking back to Gather Round when who got dangered?
Adelaide Crows.
Adelaide got dangered. It's so good to see him.
Danger.
When you look how good Adelaide Crows were for the rest of the year, finishing on top of the ladder, he just took the piss out of him. Gather Round first night,
And new school footy doesn't happen often where one player just dangers another team. So he is bucket list. Up, Will Schofield had to off the back of last night's Brownlow.
Awesome.
Thursday morning this comes out, but last night Brownlow, Sco, it was all over our socials. He called Matt Rowett $60 earlier in the year. I went back and had a look, Jeff. I think it was in March. He was messaging you. You like Noah Anderson, but he got the $60. He was very public on that, and just getting celebrated today on socials. He was Dars. Anything that we posted to do with him, he said the last 13 Brownlows were top 5 in contested possessions and top 5 in clearances. It happens again. So we need to pencil that in for next year. But well done to Sco. As I said, he got his flowers today and well deserved. Big row. He'll be dusty today.
It's like how Fox Footy have the premiership window.
Next year, we were saying on the live stream last night, next year, every single week, we're betting on people in top 5 and clearances, like the premiership window. If you're in there in the top 5,
we'll just back
and
them into them.
You're in the teens in the Brownlow odds. We're just having a couple of bucks on you.
That's
all year.
so smart.
Have we just started the Brownlow window?
Yeah, we've started the Brownlow window.
Into the premiership window, just duels.
Yeah.
We just got this team into that team.
That is so sharp, the Brownlow window.
Galaxy.
That's next year. No one steal this. Down. Tom Stewart and concussions.
Damn it.
We all knew it was going to happen one day.
Yep.
And it happened. Someone got concussed prelim final weekend. It's extremely sad. I feel like, as a nation, we've accepted it so well. Like, we've just sort of just gone, it's happened. Like,
it's just an injury.
It happened.
Yeah, it's a good call.
We all knew it was going to happen one day, and everyone just saw him get concussed on Friday night, and it's like, oh, well, he's not playing grand final day. And it's just been moved on. It hasn't been spoken about. I know grand final hasn't ramped up yet, and it is Tuesday night. Hasn't been spoken about that much, as in it's just like, yeah, he's not playing.
Yep.
We've got to take care of his head. Like, guys like Paul Seidman and stuff have been coming out. Paul Seidman still struggles with light and looking at his phone. Like, they've just... I think they've actually done it well this week. He's not playing. It sucks. We knew it was going to happen one day. He still should hopefully get a premiership medal. I don't know if they'll change it, but it is a downer.
So
he's not playing.
here's a discussion for that I think if this is... It's different, I think, because Tom Stewart's won a flag, so it might not mean as much. But if you look at someone like a Nick Rewald, if this is your life's work, do you think you should be able to sign a waiver so then I cannot sue the AFL for ongoing injuries? It's like I sign my... Like anything to do with brain concussion, like whatever. There's nothing. I can't sue the AFL. I want to play in this game. I don't know. Do you think? Do you think an adult should be able to do that?
I think I really wanted to be on Toby Green Tuesdays today, and I couldn't because I was working. But I wanted to ask him the exact same thing.
I think yes.
If that was him, he's a 32-year-old. All he wants to do is win a flag at Cheetos. He's footy obsessed.
Yep.
Would he? I'd probably go.
I think you're an adult.
I'm just playing. Yeah.
If Lockie Neal can decide on his calf, I know it might be long-term injury, but if you as an adult be like, yep, I want to do it, I sign off. I think you should be allowed to.
You have to be protected from yourself.
I've always thought yes, but I now think no. We know too much about brain injuries, and even if you're an elite sportsman that spent your last 15 years trying to get to where you are, you take a Tom Stewart, he might sign it now, but in another 20 years, he'll probably regret signing it because it doesn't mean as much to you when you're retired. I think you've got to save people from themselves, and that's probably I know that's a controversial opinion because I always used to be yes, but I think the brain is just different.
Yep. My first down, no Tammy Hembrow at the Brownlow, boys.
Yeah.
I thought that was a huge down. I was excited to go see the show, see the circus.
Just the drama.
See the knockers, everything. I just want to see what the dress had. Bit of talent out there last night. It was good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
3, 2, 1. Talent.
Oh, there's actually, talk about Josh Dacos's missus likes the Brownlow more than Josh does.
Yeah, for sure.
She'll be there for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Josh will be out of the league and she'll still be going.
On the red carpet.
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
But yeah, so no Tammy. I was excited to see Tammy. I wanted to see the circus come into town. Yep. So unfortunately, Morgs, anything else?
Well, speaking of Brownlow, my Brownlow tips had a shocker. I said Rao was going under. I wasn't that firm on it, but I definitely did take the under, and I had a mare. The Topola vote, Jack Silvani was stiff, didn't get
that was
one.
stiff.
I think Darcy Moore got his, which was good. I saw a couple of pundits get after that, but yeah, my Brownlow read as a whole won't be trusting it next year.
Yeah, nice. Jeff?
Yeah, another down. Sorry for being a bit negative. How much the Brownlow carries on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew Dillon. He tried to pump through it a bit, the votes a bit.
Yeah.
Sounded like Eminem in Rat God. He was pumping through a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
But the fucking extras and all the ads and all the shit they do, god damn it, carries on and goes forever. They can do it so much quicker, so much better. Maybe because it's Monday night. Like, we're fucked. Like, we've come up prelim weekend. Everyone's got to work. It's Monday night. We're all got to go to work the next day. We're buggered.
Yep.
Everyone has their bets on and stuff. We want to get to bed early in that. How would you change it?
Well, first of all, I just want to, what is worse, the length of the Brownlow or the length of Rebecca Madden's fringe? What was worse last night?
No, I actually came around to the fringe. I saw a lot of hate.
Once it opened up?
I don't know. I just let it.
Mate, she looked like an emo.
Maybe.
Oh, where are you?
Maybe they told him.
And I thought she was going to start singing that.
I think the Brownlow, though, you just can't fix it. It's too much money in the ads. It's got to go to 3 hours.
I think we can. I think you're going to touch on it.
Log on to a live show. That's what I would suggest.
Was that an up?
That was an up. That was a success.
Live show was an up.
Let us know. I don't know. It wasn't.
My down, the voting system in the Brownlow has to go.
Yep.
So, again, we've touched on it a million times. If you didn't listen to the live stream, you can't cap the votes at 3. There's no even amount to 3. And the fact that Nas didn't get 3, there's a completely different story. But you just can't have players getting 3 for some games. Like even Matt Rao, I know he got 3 and he only had 16 disposals. Like there was a game like NASA's which should have been worth 5 votes. So I don't think you can cap it at 3. It just makes for a shit count. We need to change it, whether it's like the Sunday Footy Show and you can have a maximum of 10 votes and more people voting on it, media and everything else. But we got some more questions coming with Joey as well.
Absolutely. And I wanted to quiz you on this as well. I reckon you have to still cap it at 6. So there's still only 6 given in the game, the 3, 2 and 1.
Like juniors.
But the 1 can be given to the 2 or the 3.
Yeah.
Because you can't just give out 10. 10 could just blow it out the water with one game.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't have to give 10, but it's a maximum of 10.
What are your thoughts on a maximum of 6? So you can get a 4-vote game.
So Dangerfield was a 10 the other night. His was a 10, and then sometimes the Sunday Footy Show, they only give out a 7 for best on.
Yeah, but 7, yeah. Okay, I think 10, I don't think that works, but...
What about if the AFL, the umpires still did 3-2-1?
Yep.
The media did 3-2-1.
Yeah, no, that's the go.
The players did like a 3-2-1 that didn't play in that game.
Just more votes.
You get a perfect
9. Yeah, you can get 9s. Yeah, shit like that.
That's the go. The Alan Border style.
Yeah.
Just more votes.
The creamer at the blacksmith.
Yeah, nice.
The Guinness there, it is like an ice cream at the start, but it just settles in about 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm not a big Guinness man, but I tell you what, blacksmith, it is next to the corner, I believe.
Yeah,
Little bastard. Shout out to the blacksmith. An incredible creamer. If you don't like Guinnesses, I think you need to give that a go.
Yeah, nice. It was a good creamer.
Yeah.
Up. Will Ashcroft on the MCG.
Yeah, good call.
It's a pleasure to watch live him run around the MCG. It wasn't a pleasure last year at the grand final when he had one Norm Smith.
It was a pleasure.
But the Lions' main of a haircut he's got.
Yep.
He kicks goals. He kicks amazing goals. He doesn't fumble. The Aaron Rodgers celebration in front of 90,000. He just loves the G. On the weekend, he was unbelievable again. We get to see him this weekend on the G. He could go back-to-back norms.
He could.
Boy.
They could be. Darce said it his whole life. Darce has put all his take into this. They're a Will Ashcroft knee away from a three-peat right now, or going for a three-peat.
Yep.
Just watching him on the MCG is a goddamn pleasure.
Yep.
So, Will Ashcroft.
My up. Said this 4 weeks ago. The Geelong Brisbane Grand Final.
Yeah,
we said it's
so
good that they got to match up first week of the final. It's up there somewhere. But then the fact they got to circle back, we get to see it again.
Yep.
They've both flogged each other, so let's hope we get a really good contest this week. No Tom Stewart out. Both sides have a bit of injuries. Lockie Neal potentially coming back in. I'm excited for it. I think both teams they're coached really well, very experienced. It's not like a Gold Coaster coming in. They're like, they're going to get spooked by the moment. These are two very experienced sides. Then we've got to get a really good game. Morgs.
On that too, I think now, obviously, hindsight's a beautiful thing. I think Geelong, Collingwood, which we thought would have been a banger, now might not have been a great game.
Yeah.
I'm so happy it's Brisbane.
Dan, just a lack of hype this week. I
Yes.
just don't know. So it's Tuesday night now. This is the biggest thing going on in Melbourne. This won't come out till Thursday.
No, it's fine.
What else is going on
Yeah.
during the week?
I am pumped.
As you said, Dust, is there the kick it over the Yarra happening? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know what's happening.
Bailey wanted to do it.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Players want to do it. So the lack of hype, we've got Monday Night Brownlow. Now what? We've got to keep feeding this in. So the lack of hype, I'm down on, Jeff.
Down. Hawthorn's midfield and Craig McRae's coaching.
Nice.
All warts come out prelim final weekend, fellas.
Yep.
Geelong beat Hawthorn in centre bounces 20-5.
Yeah, wow.
20-5. Danger had more centre clearances himself than the Hawks had. All the Hawks midfielders.
Disgusting.
And Craig McRae went with a tagger for the first time all year. And he said, you know what? I'll just pick this out of a hat. The Anzac Day medalist, Steel Side Bottom. You're going to go to Hugh McCluggage. First time we tagged for the year. The Steel Side did such a good job. He held him to 37-1.
Nice. Well
They
done,
lost. What the hell was he doing?
Do you put Bo McQuarrie on him? Like, just try and ruffle him up. I was thinking about it today. Like,
Or when you finish basically top of the ladder without tagging, just back your system and don't tag.
Yep, that's
he
good
went
call.
to water, McRae.
McCruff.
He stinks. Oh, I hate him so much. Because we obviously didn't know what the ground Steel side one was going, McRae. Then I went and rewatched the game on Sunday. He's like, yeah, we're going to send Steel to him. We think that's the right matchup. It wasn't. It was not. It felt like he picked it out of a hat.
say he was going to give Steele $50 if he got it done. His last 50. I've got another up here, boys. Brucey Revel. So I went back. He's 12-1 when he plays in the side.
Yeah.
The Lions are 12-1. So I went back and looked. It even shows what he's been lined up as a sub. So he's been activated as a sub in 5 of those games.
Okay.
And he's been subbed off. So whether he started, he's been subbed off 3 times. He's only finished 4 of those 13 games, a full game. So he's the super sub. He's either going to start and get subbed off, or he's going to be the sub and get subbed on. They just don't trust him with a full 120 minutes. But when he is in part of the side, they're 12-1. So Brucey Revel, hope he gets his chance.
I wonder what he brings to the team.
I don't know.
Must be more than we can see.
I don't know.
Something to 12-1.
I like him.
Oh, I love him.
like
I absolutely adore him.
Anything else?
No, I'm cooked.
Up. Saturday Arvo at the G.
Oh,
This weekend. I just love tradition. Get there early, listen to some Snoop Doggy Dogg.
That's tradition.
Watch two teams just go to war in broad daylight. The national anthem, it'll be about 21 and sunny, bit of overcast. It's just going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Another 100,000, just everything about it. The grand final is so cool. So cool. I'm just excited.
I've got one here. I'm not sure if it's an up or a down, but can you boys let me know? We might have to get the boys at the back of the truck to get this on. What are your thoughts on Sunrise every single year wheeling out the Brownlow medalists with no sleep? You see Matty Rao this morning? He hadn't slept a wink off his head. You get Paddy Cripps the other year.
Scale of 1 to 10, how hungover are you right now?
Yeah, I'd go close to 10.
What is it with Sunrise wheeling out the players the next morning?
It's a massive up.
Isn't it
I
up?
think it's great. I think it's probably average TV, but it's must
I'm
watch.
not sure about the commitment. Just
As long as it's Carl, though. Like, he'd know
Yeah,
they haven't,
yeah.
he'd love it knowing they haven't slept a second. He's like, I'll get him.
Yeah, well, he's not even on the Sunrise. He was tanked this morning.
Yeah.
Carlos.
I've got one more.
Wasn't that not him? All right.
I've got one more. So the up is the legacies in which some players and coaches will have after this game.
Okay.
So who's got the most to gain? Patrick Dangerfield could potentially finish two-time premiership player, premiership captain, Brownlow medalist, Norm Smith medalist. That's a pretty good legacy. Lachie Neale, two-time Brownlow medalist, two-time premiership captain, Norm Smith medalist. Young Will Ashcroft in his third season could be a two-time premiership player, two-time Norm Smith medalist.
Unbelievable.
Jeremy Cameron, if he has a monster game, you could argue goes down as the best forward of this era. You
Best
could argue
forward of the 18 team era.
you could argue it. Chris Scott, if he wins another flag convincingly, he can actually go down as the greatest coach of all time.
Love
If
that.
he gets it done, who's got the most to gain? Let us know in the comments. But this pretty much leans into, it's now time! Welcome to Jev's Top 10, the countdown of this week's best players. 10 athletes, 10 unforgettable players, one list you cannot miss. Let's see who made the cut. Jev's Top 10.
So I changed it right before we started.
No!
I changed it.
No!
I just changed the order a little bit. I
fine.
just changed the order a little bit.
No one came in.
No one came in.
Okay.
No, I changed it. I found it so hard. So I'm ranking the top 10 players from 1 to 10
In this game.
this game.
10 to 1.
It is hard.
Okay.
There are some good players going around. And Darza, anyway. At number 10.
I don't know who's in this.
At number 10, Cam Rayner.
Okay.
Das, what's your Norm Smith tip before the final started?
Yeah, 17.
He's going to get Mark O'Connor again, probably. He kicked one awesome goal on him and probably got two gifted to him in that first final with those two free kicks. Didn't gobble up all his chances against the Suns. Kick 1 goal 3. Still broke Mac Andrews' tackles like they were toothpicks. Had an awesome battle with Braden Maynard on the weekend right in front of us. He kicked 2 goals too. They were just two bulls in a paddock, just clashing. He still imposed himself on the game. He's a game winner, game wrecker, tackle breaker. He's a brick shithouse. I just can't wait to watch him again. He took the big hanger on Nick Blakey last grand final day, kicked a goal. He was really good. So he's my number 10.
Okay.
Great start.
At number 9, Zach Bailey.
Okay.
Coming off his first All-Australian. He had 27-1 his first final, 16-3 his second final, and 21-2 in the prelim on the weekend.
Yep.
That's a big couple of weeks. He's just a stud. He's all class. He's like an A-grader. And just every time he got the ball on the weekend, just something good happens. He makes shit happen. He nearly kicked a third. It got smothered by Darcy Moore at the last second.
Yeah.
It looked like he was going to kick third. He's like, no way. He's doing it again. He jumps out live. He's a gun.
He does live.
At number 8, Dane Zorko. Probably the best kick on the field this weekend.
Yeah.
He's going to be the reason if the Lions get over the Cats. He needs 20 kicks. He needs to slice and dice. He's one of the best kicks I've seen. He's done his 10,000 hours of kicking. He just slice and dice. I can't wait to watch him just kick the ball this weekend. If they're gonna tag him, they're gonna need to slow him down. He just goes for it.
Yep.
He did it last year in the prelim when they were down against the Cats. He just started biting off everything, off halfback. He makes the small forwards better. He makes the mids better. He makes Kyle Lohman better. Everyone. So
It's almost like with quarterbacks. You got to establish the runs, then the pass will come. It's almost the same. If they start breaking lines, then they start to put on more pressure. Then it opens up. Then you can really start biting off. Because if the pressure's on early, he has to try and
said
make
for
that.
a couple of weeks now, they're the best team at when they're 20 points up, turn it to 40 points up, and it's on the back of him. And like Darcy Willen and stuff, he just pierces from the half back line, gets him going. At number 7, Will Ashcroft.
Nice.
Just Will Ashcroft on the MCG, the Lions main, everything about him. He's just nuts. That's 4 Lions players to start.
Okay.
4 Lions players. At number 6, I'm going Hugh McCluggage.
Okay.
Another Brisbane.
5 Brisbane Lions players.
Fuck.
Number 6, I'm going Hugh McCluggage. I've seen 2 things this finals. I saw him at 37-1 in the prelim on side bottom. I saw him have his worst game in about 3 years on Oyston Mullen in the first final. So it's, he's playing the Cats again. He's going to get Oyston again. I don't think he's going to have 37-1. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm going to leave him at 6.
Okay.
Hugh McCluggage.
Do we know what his line is?
I will speak about that in the pod
Because
it's going to be exciting. He was so good on the weekend. He's such a good player. He smashed his over in the Gold Coast game. I just know Oyston is going to make it hard for him.
Yep.
Can't wait to see how he handles it. He could be too low. And this is probably the most controversial one. At number 5, I'm going Max Holmes.
Okay.
So
Wow.
Max Holmes above Hugh McCluggage. I personally think Hugh McCluggage is a better player than Max Holmes.
Yep.
But in terms of finals, how fit Max Holmes is right now, the way he just gets it on the outside, when he's on, he's on. He's been kicking goals. He's had his best year of his career. I'm pretty sure he made All-Australian as well, didn't he? He was All-Australian this year. What did he miss?
You missed. You're wrong.
Should have done the research. Anyway,
We'll keep it in.
I actually can't remember. Max Holmes is number 5. He's playing good footy. At number 4, Bailey Smith.
Yep.
Hollywood Bazlanka. Tammy Hembrow's boyfriend.
Boy, oh boy.
He had the speed deals on at the Brownlow. No. 36-1 on the weekend. He was unbelievable.
He was good.
He's just been unbelievable all year.
Yep.
He's been so good to watch.
29
He's on
votes.
fire. He has, if he wins a Norm Smith and a Brownlow and a premiership, look out electric.
Oh boy.
Look out electric. He will be running that
He's going
joint.
to fuck up.
Bit more of a controversial one. At number 3, Jeremy Cameron. We know how good Jeremy Cameron is.
Yeah.
Has he been... he's very good on the weekend. Has he been at his absolute A-grade best the last couple of weeks? It's been very good,
Yep.
but he hasn't been like his best.
He's coming.
And there's some good players playing in this game. He's number 3 for me, Jeremy Cameron. At number 2, Harris Andrews.
Wow.
He has been in unbelievable form.
Oh, man.
All
Got to get
finals.
through the wall.
He has been, yes. We watched him for 10 minutes in the third quarter on the
We were in
weekend.
awe.
Just stop the game.
Yep.
You couldn't get past him. Did against the Swans in 2022. He gave Shannon Neal a bath in that first final until the game opened up a bit more. Shannon Neal got a couple. As soon as Ben King kicked a couple, he just went to him and stopped it in that final. On the weekend, he's in all sort of form. I would pay him whatever he wanted for the next 10 years. He could write it. You could just give him a blank check. He deserves it all. I absolutely love him. He's the best defender in the game. And at number 1, Patrick Dangerfield. If you could pick one player for one game that's fully fit, arrested Pat Dangerfield. You've seen him. He had the bye. He just dominated. He had another bye. He just dominated prelim final weekend. Now he gets to his first grand final as the captain. In 2022, he was a bit stiff not to win Norm Smith medals. To win the Norm Smith medal. Isaac Smith was front running a bit that day. He was just floating around,
He was.
getting handballs.
Got a
So he was
license.
taking shots from everywhere. He wanted the Norm Smith. Dangerfield was awesome that day. He's going to be awesome again. I just can't wait. So that is my list, Das. Anyone that I missed?
Well, Dunkley's not in there, but the context of the list is that the top 10 players are the top 10 that are going to have most impact coming into this game. Is it just of eye value? It's just who are the top 10 players off resume?
Without putting words in your mouth, the bylaws here at the 100K, it's probably based on the past, the present, the future, and the now.
It's a rich tapestry.
Okay.
So not on my list, Lachie Neale. It is Tuesday night. He's not 100% in.
Yeah.
But he's played one game in 6 weeks.
I didn't expect him to be on.
He had the quad. He had the calf.
I didn't expect him to be on.
If he was playing, Tom Stewart would be on my list.
Yep.
It would have been
Cool.
5 Cats, 5 Lions. But he's not playing.
Harris Andrews and him.
He would have been a bit down. He would have
Yeah,
been
no. I mean, at least you got 2 defenders.
Yeah, he would have been on the list. Josh Dunkley's the stiffest not to make it. Extremely
He could
stiff.
win the medal this week.
Great Norm.
Someone I wanted on, but I just know he's not on the top 10 list.
Zach
Mark Blitzarves. He is
Al Horford.
He is unbelievable. He's the Swiss Army knife.
Yep.
He's been playing the ruck the last couple of weeks. Like it doesn't matter what role, he just gets it done. Darcy Wilmot, I just love.
How good
He's
is
probably
he?
not top 10. But
Nah.
He's coming. He's coming. There's some good players in this game. Grime Myers, Tyson Stengel, they don't play bad finals. Sean Manor doesn't play a bad game. There's so many players.
Yeah,
that is my top 10 list.
Yeah, I think, you got the 10, 11, 12 where it's very like...
Oh, yeah.
When you slice in the last 3, it's... Yeah, you're arguing over the order. Like, as you said, if McCluggage didn't have a bad game the first one, you're like, is he the 3rd best player?
Yes.
Like, exactly what he's doing.
Drill
But
this in the comments.
Yeah.
Positive or negative.
does is the matchup, does Dunkley have to just go straight to Dangerfield and just say, I'm fucking doing everything in my life? And then does Danger say, all right, come with me to the cage, and then I'm just going to take you out of the game?
The bookies are saying he's going to Bailey Smith. Bailey Smith's line has been 30.5 for weeks. It's only 27.5, boys. The bookies are telling us they reckon he's going to get Dunkleyed.
I think I can see him getting 40 this way. I can see everyone just fucking pinball goals. Everyone has moments.
Can you tag Danger? Are you using a chess piece in Dunkley on Danger at not his full potential, at potentially shutting out a Baz Smith?
Yeah,
I think you have to. You have to. You can't. You have to put someone to him. He changed the game, and with one game to go, it's not just a normal game throughout the regular season where the other players can just mop up their. He's going to be going. He has a chance to be premiership captain. Premiership captain, lift up the cup. You can't tell me that he's not going to go out.
A little left centre, and I don't know if this bloke can do the job. If Mark O'Connor's wearing Cam Rayner like a cap, does Cam Rayner go head-to-head in Danger?
That'd be awesome.
He's his only body size. Dunkley's lean strong. Cam Rayner's the only build that looks like he could genuinely bump Danger.
I love that.
It's the same about Newcomb.
I think that's really nice.
You don't think they have to
I reckon Rayner will get him. Like, come off a line, nothing dirty, but just get him and try and get him. Like Roughhead did Hanbury that final.
Do you think that they just buy into, all right, we're going to fucking just put body on it as much as we can? You have to put time. Every single time he comes high, everyone bump him. Zorko will. Cam Rayner's going to try and get some free kicks. Could be some fireworks early. They're going to try and get Bailey to give away some free kicks.
Yeah.
I like it's just get Froggy Lester in there. Get Froggy Lester in there.
How are you talking?
Him and Guthrie. Let's put those two on each other.
Jeremy Cameron kicked 3 goals, 4 in the first quarter on Froggy Lester, and then they put Darcy Gardner to him. He did a good job, Darcy Gardner. So that has to be the first bounce this weekend. Darcy Gardner on Jez Cameron. So just over the list one more time.
I'm rock hard.
10 Cam Rayner, 9 Zach Bailey, 8 Dane Zorko, 7 Will Ashcroft, 6 Hugh McCluggage, 5 Max Holmes, Bailey Smith, Jez Cameron, Harris Andrews, and Pat Dangerfield.
Nice.
I'm excited to see how this list gets the feedback this list gets.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's go reverse order. Let's hope that could be the voting for the Norm Smith, which would be great. Dangerfield most votes, Harris Andrews second. Jez has a big game, Bailey Smith, Max Holmes, and then you just got the other Brisbane midfielders. That's awesome.
Well done, mate.
I'm so excited for this weekend.
I'm rock solid.
I'm rock solid. All right, boys. Let's
go.
We've got him. It's now time to have a chat.
Finally.
Introduce him, boys. It's the friend of the show, friend of the 100K, 2-time All-Australian, 2-time preseason premiership player, the head honcho of the St Kilda Mafia, our man, Joey Montagna. Joey, very busy time of the year. Thanks so much for joining us. How are you, mate?
I'm going well, thank you. I'm hanging in there. It's been a long year, but looking forward to the big day.
Mate, so are we. We're finally getting to the end. Everyone's sort of on fumes, but we can't wait for this week. What does this week look like for you, and are there any cashies?
There's only 1 or 2. It's not too bad. To be honest, mate, it's actually a very quiet week for me. There's no first crack preview. There's no crack after the grand final. I'm not doing the grand final, just doing an hour pre-game with Fox Footy. So really, for me, I'm starting to unwind, and I get to go to the Life Members function when the game starts, settle in with the Dale and have a few beers and enjoy what's been a good season and see how it pans out.
We sat down at the start of the year in March and, we did the predictions together. So this was your top 4 before the season, Joey. You said Collingwood, Carlton, Geelong, GWS, top 4. So you got Collingwood and Geelong bang on. GWS, you're a bit stiff. They finished 5th. And Carlton missed the 8.
Yeah, not bad. Couple of good ones. Carlton, obviously, with a big flop. As I said in the pre-season, I was sort of bullish on them, more off the back of what their numbers showed the year before with their defence and their turnover game. And, they had a lot of things going their way. But I reckon right from the start, when they shit the bed against Richmond in round 1, it just seemed to unravel slowly from there. And they were never really in the hunt, were they? It was even one of those ones you still thought maybe they might turn the corner and come good, but that one didn't work out, so that was a big flop. But I was pretty bullish on the Cats right from early in the pre-season, and I've had no reason to jump off them this year.
They're so good.
Want to thank you as a Blues supporter as well. I reckon you could put a montage so many times on First Crack where they offered you the olive branch, you could jump off the Blues, and you never did until you didn't have a choice. So as a Blues man, you're loyal. You're a loyal Blue, it seems.
Yeah, I stayed loyal for a bit too long, but even still, some of the numbers they were showing defensively and the important stats were actually stacking up. The Carlton were just slaughtering the ball going inside 50. It was so obvious for the whole world to see. They just didn't have enough polish and class, and you kept thinking, well, if they can fix that phase of their game up, they'll be okay. But and only got worse as the year went on, didn't it? So, that's where it's all fallen apart for the Blues, and now they've got to go back to the drawing board, I think.
Hopefully Graham Wright can fix it, mate. Going back to your season predictions, so you had Freo making the finals, you had the Swans and the Lions sliding, you had the Dogs missing the 8, so you went 3 from 4 there. Have you been surprised how good Brisbane have been this year?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Again, it was just more going by history that, the teams that have won the flag generally have just come off the boil a little bit. But no, this team continues to amaze me. I can't be more, give them more credit for what they've been able to do now for 7 years in a row, their third grand final series. And to be honest, going into this game and looking at their list and looking at what they've got to come back, looking at who they're picking up in the free agency and the draft, this could continue for another 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah. They could have a remarkable run of 10, 11 years in a row, contending for flags. So it's been incredible what Chris Fagan's done. And, they've defied the odds probably in recent years and bucked the trend of teams that have, won a flag and not quite been able to back up, but they've done that.
And just want to pump up your tyres too, because we all, especially you guys being the experts, you get a lot of shit when you're wrong. You said to us something about the last 10 years a team has come from outside the 8. They played finals in recently and they finished in the top 4. You were right on that with the Pies. So I just want to give you your flowers there, mate, because they're tough to come by.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's again, just some history that, as you said, there's always a team outside the 8 that jumps in the 4. And I'd said it's always a side that have a dip year or two that have played finals in recent years. So you boys will be happy to know it's going to be Sydney or the Bulldogs next year that I reckon will be bouncing back into the top 4, Jerry. So maybe the Swans might be, to be honest, an early thing. I think maybe the Bulldogs could be the one that, if they just tighten up their defence and they fix that facet of their game, which I reckon they can, because they did it in 2024, they were the best defence in the comp, they might be the ones with Sam Darcy another year under the belt that could be top 4, but Swans could be there as well.
100%. You said at the start of the year, if you could get your hands on any list, you said it would be the Giants. Going into 2026, if you're a coach, if you could get your hands on any list, who would it be?
2026 list for probably Gold Coast or Brisbane.
Nice.
Brisbane are stacked.
Yeah.
And their prime movers are still in that right age bracket. Rain is back, Bailey, McCluggage, Berry, but Wilmot, all them coming through. Gold Coast is probably the one I was thinking about the other night, just going, I think they're prime now. Looking at Rowell and Anderson, if they can pick up 1 or 2 players. We haven't even seen really Jed Walter, Leo Lombard, Jake Rogers.
Yeah. They're
going to get another 2 academy kids that will be top 5 picks coming through this year. If they can land, there's talk about a Petrarca or a Kerno. If they can land a big fish as well, I reckon Dimmer will be sitting pretty for the next few years.
If they somehow got Cal Wilkie, the Dogs would have to be up there as well. Me and Darcy were at the Osborne the other night, and Sam Darcy was there. I've never seen anything like him in person. How big is he in person, and impressive is he?
It's incredible, isn't it? He's not human. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm pretty bullish on the Dogs next year. I think their window, and I always said it all throughout this year, their window is going to be open in the next couple of years. When Fraser gets another year under the belt, they get Waitman back, Sanders and a few other players, Sam Darcy. So they've just got to find, someone else to help out in the back line. And if they can a bit more focus on their defence, I think they can be a top 4 team next year.
So I created the Will Ashcroft line in the preseason. I was giving you, as the pick or stick, who would you rather, Will Ashcroft or this person? So you took Sam Walsh over Will Ashcroft, said Sam Walsh might win the Brownlow. Yes.
Got that wrong.
But you took Zach Merritt and Zach Butters over Ashcroft. That's not too bad. And then you took Ashcroft over Jordan De Goey, Andrew Brayshaw and Tom Green. So pretty good there. Coming into 2026, how high is Will Ashcroft going to go into that season, especially if he wins and could nearly win another Norm Smith? We were there at the G on Saturday. Watching him run around is a pleasure, an absolute pleasure.
No, it's a great call. I actually played golf today with a couple of people in the industry, and we just spat around. If Tasmania could get one player and they could start their team, who would it be? And it was obviously Nick Dacos was up there, Finn Callahan and Will Ashcroft were probably the 3 that we all said. If you said, Tassie could get first pick of any player to go for the next 10 years, it was one of those 3. And I can see why you said Will Ashcroft, and he's backed you up, mate. He's a special player, and he might be the early smoky for next year's Brownlow. He might be one that might be 30 votes next year.
He loves a big game on the MCG. Gee whiz.
Bold predictions, Joey. So again, wanting to pump you up, but North knocking on the door of the 8 was your bold predictions.
Which one of you boys was going with that as well? Someone's
Remember I said it on camera that I thought they'd win more games than Collingwood. You sort of agreed with me Or
camera.
Don't say that. I did not.
Yeah, I was way too high on them. You said, your bold prediction was, I reckon they'll knock on the door of the 8th, maybe not make it.
Yeah.
You loved them over their 5.5. They actually finished on 5.5. I think
They smashed the D's and everyone thought, here they come.
Yeah. They disappointed in a big way. There's enough talent there with their list I just don't know what's happening with the club culturally and that winning habits and the all the little things that make a successful team, a successful club. I don't know, because I do think they're pretty well flushed. Maybe they are. Maybe we're probably overselling them a little bit with some of the players that maybe aren't as good as we think just yet. But I was disappointed with North Melbourne. I expected a lot better.
One you did get right, mate. So you said the Saints will land one. You just said hopefully it's the right one. So you got that right tenfold. Is TDK the right one?
Well, he's not LDU or Finn Callahan, is he? But it's a start. They had to get something. And again, there was only a certain amount of free agents that were available this year. So, they've paid overs. There's no doubt about that. But you're paying overs because you don't have to give up draft capital. It's maybe created a bit of interest from other players, and it looks like there's a bit of a snowball effect, and they can turn one into, 2, 3, 4, potentially even 5 players with the Sam Flanders conversation as well. So they had to take a risk and start somewhere. They've done that. Only time will tell whether it is actually successful or it backfires. But from my perspective as a Saints man, they had to try something. And I think they understand that. Otherwise, they'd just be stuck, outside the top 8,
Sure.
not quite challenging these teams that when you look at it, the teams in the top 8 are only going to get better. We've just spoken about Gold Coast and Brisbane and, Adelaide and what Hawthorn might do with Zach Merritt. And then you've got Sydney and Bulldogs bouncing back. It's so hard. You've got to try something. So at least they're having a crack.
Agree.
On the midweek rub, the boys give you a bit of flack. They say the Joey Montagna Mafia. How much influence have you had? Jack Silvani, Lee Kalir, and Nas obviously got re-signed. Apparently it was one phone call from Joey and they all just signed the dotted line. Is that true?
I don't want to spoil the fun. That just grew legs throughout the year. I've got no influence whatsoever.
It was so good.
We just roll it. It's a bit of fun, but the club has done a pretty good job there to land a few. So it's pretty exciting.
You were... When it looked like Nas was gone, like it just felt like he was gone, you were very quietly confident he was staying when no one else was. Not saying you knew something, but you just like it was just happening.
Yeah, no, I did know something. But I wrestled with, I'm not a newsbreaker. That's not my go. And,
yes.
I was trying to work out how percentage sure do I have to be? And I was sort of 90%, but then I'm thinking, I don't want to look like a dill. And then I thought, no, it's not my place anyway. So, I was happy to sort of let St Kilda people know that, hey, we'll be right. It'll all be okay. But I just had to let it unfold over the weekend and it panned out the way that I thought it would.
Yeah, it's actually worked out really well for the Saints in the end. We asked you at the start of the year, what do you think the biggest story is going to be, the biggest headline? You said Harley Reid and what he does. But as it stands right now and over the next few weeks, what will be the biggest storyline? Is it Harley Reid? Is it the Nas? Is it Zach Merritt, Petrarca, Curnow? There's some big names up in the air.
I think the big story will be those big names and where they land. I mean, Petrarca, Merritt, Curnow, they are 3 stars of the competition. And, if they do end up going to, Gold Coast, Hawthorn, Geelong, or whatever the clubs that have been mentioned, I think it's ominous for the rest of the competition that how are the teams that are, back in the pack going to try and catch up to these clubs that are already unbelievably, well coached and strong list, and they're going to get even better. So I think that will be the big talking point over the summer period. And they may be turning the attention to what the AFL can do about it to try and help the clubs that are down the bottom, because it's hard to see how you're going to leapfrog some of these sides that are already playing finals if they continue to top up with superstars.
Now, we're not going to hold you to it, but just having a hunch, again, this is just a hunch. Where do you think the landing spot is for Merritt, Petrarca and Charlie Curnow right now? Again, we're not going to clip this up. Just where do you feel they're going to be?
These are just guesses. Well, I'm only going by what I'm hearing. It sounds... The Merritt one is really interesting. We all presume he's going to the Hawks. He wants to go, but just hearing that the new president today back up and say, no, we are not trading Merritt now. Is that just, again, the bit of the haggle of we're going to make sure we get top dollar for him, or are they legitimately going to hold him now? Did the David Barham decision have anything to do with it? I don't know. So that's a 50-50 for me. Curnow, I think, will end up in New South Wales as a guess. I don't know if it'll be Sydney or the Giants, but maybe one of those two.
Giants?
And, just keep it, maybe a sneaky on the Giants. And who's the other one? Petrarca. Gold Coast and Adelaide are the two, aren't they? I think it's perfect for the Crows. If he wants to go live in Adelaide, I think they'd jump to get him. But maybe it's the Gold Coast Suns that have a bit more capital, a bit more to offer.
I'm so excited to see what the Suns do. It feels like they've got so much to offer.
Yep.
They've got so much at hand and so much talent, so it's going to be exciting.
So as a bit of a swing, he said Josh Tracy could win the Coleman, but he also said you're hearing whispers how bullish the Adelaide Crows were on Riley Thilthorpe and how bullish the Crows were in general. And you said they're my bolter to make the 8. They're going to come. They're going to be great. So that was a great call. Thilthorpe was incredible this year.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so the mail coming out of Adelaide was spot on, wasn't it? They were expecting big things and it panned out that way. So Adelaide did a terrific job. I thought they were excellent this season. We know they failed in finals, but they'll take a lot from that.
So some futures predictions. Yeah, GWS minor premiers. Jez Coleman, which was a tick. Sarong Brownlow. Want to quickly touch on the Brownlow. One, obviously, what were your thoughts on Naz only getting 2? And then I guess Rao as a whole, what do you have? How many votes do you have in the end?
39.
39 votes.
Look, to be honest, I do feel for the umpires because going in blind to vote without having any access to stats is awfully difficult. Even as a special comments or analyst, when you're giving votes at a game that you are watching, it does help to be able to just look at the stats to help trigger some thoughts and, players that you're sort of keeping an eye on. So I do feel for them. So my take would be that I think the umpires deserve access to stats, and we've just got to trust that they're not just going to go, the top 3 in the stats for their votes, but they can also have a little bit of an eye on what it looks like to stop the howlers. A couple of those Matt Rao games where he's had 16, 17 disposals. If they, even if they have stats at halftime, it might give them an idea. They might sit around and think, gee, Rao's had a great first half, and they look and go, oh, he's only had 7 disposals. Oh, okay, maybe we've overrated a couple of his efforts. That might just be enough to trigger the umpires to maybe get it a bit more right. So you clearly can't take the votes off the umpires, otherwise it's not the Brownlow medal. So I don't agree with any of that. But maybe they should be able to get access to stats. And I reckon they've clamped down on that in the last 2 years in particular, after what happened with the umpire maybe a few years ago, where the word was maybe the umpires did have a little sneaky look at their stats and could help them. Now they've certainly not done that at all. And I reckon it's affected just some of those games that were, clearly wrong.
What are your quick thoughts on, we've sort of touted the last couple of weeks, like obviously traditionalists, they don't like change it, and that's more than fair enough, but the Allen Border medal, so they do umpires, media, and then I think it's either players or coaches. What are your thoughts on adding in, like we got the coaches' votes, which we obviously think are pretty high because they're a good thing to go off what the 2 coaches thinks. Obviously, you've got a lot of experts in the media. Could we change something like that? Could we just bring in a little bit more, maybe credibility, so it's a bit more even?
No, I'm not. I think it's the Brownlow medals, the umpires award. That's what it is. And the reason why, that's all it is. It's the umpires award. But we put the prestige on it because of the history and the tradition, over 100 years. If we want to continue to, evolve it, we can make the coaches award even bigger and start giving that, a bit more prestige to it. But it's just the umpires award. So I think it's just got to be stick with them, and everyone just loves it. That's the problem with it. Everyone gets so invested in it that people get so frustrated if it doesn't pan out exactly how they predicted.
Yeah, pretty much piggybacking on the back of that. Do you think we need to put a little bit more value into the other awards, like the MVP, and maybe we span it out over this week? Like everyone says, oh, the umpires, they're umpiring and they can't really have a look at the game. But then you had someone like Gary Ablett, I think he's like an 8-time MVP, but only 2-time Brownlow medalist. Like, oh, he probably should have won a few more. Do you think we need to start putting a little bit more recognition into those other awards and hyping them up?
Probably the Coaches Award. To be honest, I wouldn't take too much notice of the MVP. I can tell you as a fact, there are a lot of players that when it comes to voting, they sit next to each other and go, who are you giving the votes to? Who do you think's been the best player this year? And it's a bit of a copycat because a lot of players don't watch footy, and even if they do, they're not taking that much interest in whether Nick Dacos had a better year than Noah Anderson or Matt Rowell. It becomes a bit of a... So the MVP one for me, maybe not as much as the coaches who actually then, watch the game back, review it, and give a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that one's probably holds more merit than me. The MVP is a great one because it's voted on by your peers, but there's probably a lot of players that are also voting on that don't watch it.
Is there anything, if there was actually like all the certified awards, say it's the Brownlow Coaches Award, if you win like a Norm Smith, they all have a grading point, and whoever wins the most amount of those points is the overall player at the end of the year. Like if you're good enough to actually go through the finals, or is that just a bit of a piss take?
What, so you're adding up who wins the Herald Sun Player of the Year, the Triple M?
No, like, I don't know. So you might have like 10 accredited awards, I don't know, that are actually like certified, like the MVP, the Coaches Award.
Lou Richards.
Norm Smith, and they're all weighted, and it's like whoever has a combined. Yeah, Gary Ayres. Less awards.
It's more fun to debate it. It's more fun to debate
Yeah,
than
it's
the player in the top is right now.
true.
Other than having a winner. So no, I like the way that it is.
So this I found funny, Joey. I re-listened to our preview today, and I gave you a premiership pie. So I sliced up the pie on who I thought I'd win the premiership before the season. I had Geelong, Brisbane, and GWS having 70% of the pie, and then 30% just all the other shit kicks out there. And you couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe I gave all that percentage of the pie. But you did tip it to be a Cats Giants grand final and Geelong winning. So you were pretty bang on. Do you have Geelong winning? Or are you leaning Brisbane? What side are you on?
Yeah. I can't jump off Geelong now, but there's a part of me that thinks Brisbane might just be able to turn the tables. But I'm going to tip Geelong, just as you said, because I did pre-season. Good by you, 70% of the pie to those three clubs. Really, when you think about it, it's probably right. There's probably only 5 teams every year that can actually win it. So they probably should be taking up 85% of the pie, and then you give a little bit of slither of hope to some other teams. So good shout by you. But yeah, the Cats, I think they just tick every box. I think they're so good at disarming the opposition's strengths. I think Chris Scott is the best coach in the league and by a bit of a gap. So I always trust him that he'll find a way to get it done. And they've just got a system that stacks up.
How fit and healthy are they? We did say in that pod, they had that round 16 bye. They had Richmond twice after the bye. I think who else they have twice. They're just perfectly healthy at the right time of the year. We sort of called it before the season, but it just shows how important it is to just be healthy right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, and managing your season. It's a long season. I think Brisbane have done it well. Collingwood tried pretty hard to manage their aging list pretty well. And that is a big key now for these clubs. And there's an advantage for those teams that probably know they're going to be playing finals, that they can. There are other clubs, that are just scrambling to win every single week to make the finals that don't have those luxuries. So we probably should be, weighing a bit more heavily these teams and the clubs that can really plan for the bigger picture rather than just planning for the week to week. And the Cats have done it the best of anyone.
We had this question a little bit before, but it's only just come out. Caroline Wilson apparently said that Lachie Neale's going to play, but I was going to say, do you take the risk on it? Apparently the teams actually officially haven't come out yet, but you've had Sam Reid, you had Jeremy Howe, that was a little bit under an injury cloud that obviously didn't run through the game. He's barely played any time. Would you be picking Lachie Neale?
If I was coach, I'd be trusting Lachie Neale. He deserves it. He's a 2-time Brownlow medalist. He's one of the greats of the game. If I'm coach, I'll look him in the eye and say, you promised that, you're confident that you can get through the game and not let us down. If he looked at me back in the eye and said, yes, coach, then I'm picking him. They do have the slight luxury of a sub. I mean, that's the advantage of a sub. If he does break down, that's the worst case scenario. They've just got someone else that can come on and replace him. So when it's a guy of that standing, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Is the sub going to be Bruce Revel? Is he going to come in? So I checked the numbers. The Lions are 12-1 when he plays. 12-1.
Really?
Yeah, so he's been a sub in 8 of those games. He's only finished 4 of them. So he's either getting subbed on or subbed off a lot, but they're 12-1 when he plays. You have to select him, don't you?
Yeah, he'd be the
Igor Fugazi.
Yeah, no, I think that's spot on. Was he the sub last week?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, so I reckon that'll be the case. Neil comes in for Jared Berry, who it looks like will unfortunately miss with that shoulder, and Brucey Reville comes on as the sub either if Lachie Neale breaks down or late in the game when they need him.
Big Bruce.
So I sent you my top 10 players in this game list. I don't know if you've had a look at it. I'll quickly go through it, and you can rip me to shreds, Joe. You can agree with me however you want. So I went 10 Cam Rayner, 9 Zach Bailey, 8 Dane Zorko, 7 Will Ashcroft, 6 Hugh McCluggage, 5 Max Holmes, 4 Bailey Smith, 3 Jez Cameron, 2 Harris Andrews, and 1 Pat Dangerfield. So there's no... Tom Stewart's not playing. There's no Lachie Neale. There's no Josh Dunkley on that list. Anyone you'd change? Anyone in the order you'd change?
Explain the criteria. How have you picked that list based on...
A rich tapestry, Joey. Just a whole heap of everything.
No, what's the criteria to be number one?
Just watching the games at the moment.
But is it the best player, as in for this weekend for a one-off game? Is it the best player in the comp? What's your best? How are you doing your best?
It's a rich tapestry it's a bit of everything. It's everything. I just made a list of time. I'm like, well, Danger, off a rest. Like me and Dar's been saying for a couple of weeks, if you could have one player for your life, we're taking Danger. He's like LeBron James. One player, one game. He's my number one. I've been watching Harris Andrews the last couple of weeks. It has been unbelievable what he's been doing. Got him at 2, and then, why? Who would you change?
I wanted to rip you to shreds, but if you've if you've said, because I thought you might have a bit of recency bias with Danger, but if you're doing it for the best players that you're picking up against the wall for a one-off grand final this week, it's probably hard to argue with Danger. You would have to take him, wouldn't you?
Would you put Dunkley in there?
Oh, good one. Yeah, I'd have Dunkley in my top 10. Yeah. Do you have Rayner in there?
Yeah, number 10.
I'd have Dunkley ahead of Rayner, I think.
Yeah.
Is Dunkley gonna? So what's the matchup? We've been trying to discuss before. Does he just go straight to Danger and try and defuse? If that happens, does Danger pull him to the goal square and try and kick goals on him? And then we said, if Rayner's getting tagged, does Rayner go to Danger? What are the matchups for Dangerfield for this week?
Well, this is the fascination. This is why it's so hard to work out, because all he's going to do really, Dangerfield, is take some centre bounces, maybe stay at another stoppage, and then go to full forward. So Dunkley can't go with him. Dunkley could stand next to him at a centre bounce, and maybe that's what they will do. But there's so much going on that it's going to be quite hard for Brisbane to work out what their plan is. Like, does Hugh McCluggage, he's probably going to get Mullen again. Does he go and try and go to Max Holmes or Bailey Smith and sort of pseudo run with them? But then you're taking away McCluggage's ability just to go and hunt the footy and do what he does. There's some real challenges for Brisbane to figure out how they want to combat what Geelong are going to do and how you want to shut down Geelong's strengths, because they mix it up so much.
What I'd do to hear you and Kingy talk about this on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. We could dive into it for ages, the matchups and what it looks like. We had good fun doing it with the Geelong Hawthorn game. Yep. Who was going to go to who. And I sort of said Mullen would go to Watson and do that. The O'Connor to Weddle one was a bit of a surprise, but a great plan from Chris Scott as well. So, and Atkins did the job on Newcombe. He just had to quell him at stoppage. So I think Geelong do something similar to Brisbane again. I reckon O'Connor goes to Rayner because he was in his head. He was in his head in that qualifying final. Mullen goes straight to McCluggage because he's in his head. And Tom Atkins just plays on Lockie Neal around the stoppages and then goes for it.
Yeah, I'd love that. So, we'll go final tip. Norm Smith, who wins and who's the Norm Smith?
I'm going to lean towards the Cats, as I said. Been on them all year. I can't jump off them now, but I do think Brisbane could give this a hell of a shake. They've both got the ability to kick 5 goals in a hurry and put a sort of gap in this game. And, Brisbane could do that in a second or third quarter and lead by 26 points. And, all of a sudden, the Cats are under the pump. But I'll go with the Cats. I'm going with my man Shawnee Manor to win the Norm Smith. I reckon he'll kick 3 and have 23. And we know the Norm Smith voters just like to be a little bit different. And I reckon Shawn Manor's a big smoky that could have a big game. He's a proven grand final performer. And that's the way I think it'll pan out.
I like that.
That I love.
It should be an awesome game. We're still trying to get tickets somehow to go there. We're at the 2 prelims last week, and it's just, you just have to be there. We went to the grand final last year. Unfortunately for Jeb, I just want to keep being at the grand final. So it should be a good week. Mate, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your time, and we'll catch up soon in the off-season.
No worries, boys. Well done on a great year, and maybe we'll try and do it all again next pre-season.
Absolutely. Thanks, mate.
Good, Joey. Mate. Good luck this week.
Boys, awesome chat with Joey. That was awesome.
What a legend, honestly.
The time he gives us, it's going to be awesome. Hopefully he has a really good off-season, as we will. But, boys, we got one more game to go. That is the first third of the pod. Coming up next, for the last time this season, for the AFL season, the 2025 AFL Grand Final 100K multi. Coming up next. Ooh, bro, back.
God, yeah.
The Sunday Roast is back for season 2025, Jeff.
Oh, the show where we celebrate the winners and roast the losers.
You can find us every Sunday night after the Bachelor's game where we get on, and Jeff, it's one hell of a show.
We give you the best odds and the best opinions, but the best odds are the bets you weren't on, but wish you were on.
It is out 6 a.m. every single Monday morning after the round concludes.
Listen to it driving to work Monday morning. You'll absolutely love it. The Sunday Roast.
Let's go. Awesome stinger. Of course, Jeff, we got one more Sunday Roast. I think the Sunday Roast stinger. It was the Sunday Roast stinger.
The roastiest of tastiest.
2025.
We've got one more,
Have Concra's been negotiated for 2026?
You boys
coming back?
Or are you guys going? Are you going like, your own or something? Shopping yourselves.
Yeah, we just got to talk shop. All right, so before we get into it, let's rehash last week's multi prelim final. Only had a few games. So 13 out of 22 legs. A nice 69%, boys, which wasn't too bad. I'll go through the stiff legs. John Newcombe, we had his over 22.5, only had 20. Dempsey goal. Kicked one in his last 11 games. Didn't kick one on the weekend. Oscar McInerney, we thought was leg of the week. Had him for 10 touches. Only had 8.
Stiff.
Jordan Ngoe's line for 21.5. Thought he was meant to be a big game player. Can't wait to deep dive in the off-season, Jeb.
Boy.
Only had 17. Kyle Lohman had for 2, only kicked the 1. DeGoe didn't kick a goal. Will Ashcroft, one of the best players on the ground, had him for 25. Only had the 20. And then we had the Packers.
Good 20.
Yeah, the Packers money line, Falcons money line. The Falcons got pants by the Panthers, and then the Packers just lost to the Browns.
Yeah, that's
who saw that coming?
that's a good multi.
That's a bad beat.
Good legs. Gunston for 2. What a season. What a player. Marby O'Chol for 1. Nick Watson for 1. Danger for 15 and 1. We could have doubled that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could have been 30 and 2. Could have been 30 and 3. Josh Battle for 15. He had a great season as well. Jeremy Cameron for 2. Cam Rayner for 2. Harris Andrews for 15. Great leg. Zach Bailey for 1. Jamie Allard for 1. He kicked 4.
Nice.
Tampa Bay money line. Baker Mayfield, best
bet.
quarterback in the NFC. And what's Nas money
Oh,
line?
I can't remember what I wrote. I can't remember.
Nas, did we have Nas to get 2 that game?
Oh, I can't even remember.
Nas money line. No, I don't know what that is.
It must have auto-corrected to something. What was our last NFL leg? I can't remember. But it was
Chiefs?
a tick.
Maybe Chiefs money line.
I don't know, but it was a
That's
tick.
the
But
Chiefs.
boys, let's get into it.
Please.
The grand final day,
on.
100K multi, Geelong versus Brisbane. As always, we try and turn $10, turn it into 100,000, punting on the footy.
Points bet app, of course.
Points bet app, of course. Now, we actually haven't put the multi on yet, so we're just going to spitball our legs. I'm actually not sure what we can actually put on at the moment as it sits, as it stands. Can we put on a 10,001 multi? I'm not too sure. We'll figure it out as we go through. But as it stands right now, we're going to spitball some legs.
Yep.
And then we'll see what we like, and then we'll come back after the third half into the ramble. We'll get it on. But I just want to start off by saying the over.
Yes.
It's meant to be a nice 18, 19 degrees. Hopefully we're there.
Crisp.
You could have shorts. You could have your dogs out, feet out,
I'll
more
go
because we know you
shorts.
like you. So the line's 170 and a half. $1.89. Each of Geelong's last 6 finals matches have gone over the total match points. And I love that.
Yeah.
Give us points.
100%,
Give
please.
us points. I've got some big dick legs in here, but Jev, let's just spitball. Let's go.
Like spitballing, to turn $10 in 100K, you need goal kickers,
Yeah.
you need touches, so you need the over.
Yeah.
That should be the first leg we put in.
That's a great call.
We need the over.
That is such a good call.
Might as well just start with the over.
Yeah.
Bang. Let's go.
Well done.
Pat fucking Dangerfield.
All right,
Let's
kick us off.
dance, lad.
I'm keen.
One of the all-time performance we've seen last week.
Bob
30 and 3. Bob Irwin-ish.
Ish.
We're getting $3.80 for him to have 25.
Wow.
$3.80 for him to have
Yeah,
25. He had 27 against the Swans in the
$3.80.
$3.80.
Nice.
He had 27 against the Swans in the 2022 grand final.
Yep.
30 on the weekend. Only 19 in the first final against the Lions.
Gears up.
His over-under is 20 and a half.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's an absolute lock, isn't it?
Yes.
He goes to triple the centre bounce attendances as he did the home and away season.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's around the ball more. 20 and a half is the over-under. That is a lock if we need 25. And then we're getting $1.95 for him to kick 2, $1.18 for him to kick 1.
Yeah.
He didn't even kick 1 in that first final, but he was looking dangerous enough to kick 1. But most importantly, he's $9 to win Norm Smith, boys. And I know that can't go in the multi. We flirted with it on the roast, said it on Here Comes the Money. I just want to have money on him now to win Norm Smith. I'll sleep well at night
Yeah.
knowing I've got danger for Norm
Definitely.
Smith.
It's an investment.
Because he will give the effort to win that medal.
If he won and we didn't have a large amount of money on him, we'd never forgive ourselves.
Correct.
This might be the last ever opportunity.
Great call.
We can
to
bet
bet on Pat Dangerfield to win
So
Norm
true.
Smith.
This might be the last time in your lifetime.
such a good
Can you
call.
imagine when all they look back at the tape and you're old, you got the grandkids, and that it comes on Fox Footy, and we're sitting there, it's like, didn't back him.
Yeah.
No, I'll
when
never myself.
your grandson's getting into footy and they're replaying the 2025 grand final, it's a banger, and you go, did you get on Pat Dangerfield with Norm Smith? That
Say,
day?" He goes,
I was a coward.
I forgot.
I was a coward.
So true.
a
So
good
fucking
call.
true. So Pat Dangerfield we're betting on.
Yeah, 100%.
Love is over. And if we're going to take him for 1, we might as well take him for 2. We're going to try and turn $10 in 100K here.
Gotta have a few swings.
We are flirting with putting a bit more money on this week's 100K though. So we'll see. We'll put the multi on.
Yeah,
up.
we haven't decided
We'll
yet.
just give some legs, Lou.
But I just want to say, obviously Norm can't go in, but I think he has to have 25 to win the Norm. Does he not?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he could kick. Don't get me wrong. He could have 24 and kick 6.
Was he paying $9?
$9.
Why don't we put 10 grand on him? So he turned 10.
I honestly think the 380 goes in. I think danger for 25
Danger 25.
on a week like this week. I think that's the leg.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's going to be perfect conditions. Morgs, who do you like?
Well, off the back of Joey, I think you'll back me up here, but I'm looking at the Manimal, Sean Manor.
Nice.
Old Manny bags.
Manny bags.
Old Shawnee snag bag.
Nice.
To call it. So I like 15. So I went a bit like short dick. You went big dick, which I like, but you still got to have the building blocks.
Have a swing.
So I reckon 2 goals. So 290. He's hotter than your auntie sister, Jeff,
Yeah.
for snags. He's a grand final player. I don't know if you heard Joey said
So
that.
you just got
I don't know if you heard Joey say he was a
up
grand,
so hot.
grand final. So the last time he played a granny, he kicked 6 against the Suns in the VFL.
Yeah,
So
for
big
where
game play.
25 and 6. It's a big
Unbelievable.
game.
So 290 for 2. I think that's a good bet. Again, normish. 15 disposals, $1.44. So I think that's a really nice little double.
I like
the
it.
Manimal, old Shawnee snag bag.
I like it. We've started well.
By any chance, Charlie Curno's heading to Geelong. if Carlton don't have Sean Manor coming back the other way, I'll feel sick. He's exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's starting one.
He's like a B grade Frankie Evans. Did you see Frankie's last 6 games?
He's only got about 3 years left.
Yeah. Hey, he's the best young player in the AFL.
Yeah, best young player, 28.
Boys, it's my favourite leg of the week. And it's too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Shatter the glass.
You can't be having this league pay this much. I'm talking about Cam Rayner for 2 goals.
Yeah, you love him.
He's 100% in his last 10 away games. He hasn't gone under 2.
Yep.
His last 10 away games from the Gabba. 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. That is so many sausages.
Snacks. That is so many
You
snacks.
think he does it every week?
Yeah.
Oh, $1.30, $1.40, $2.35.
Yeah.
You are kidding the books. What are the books doing?
Yes.
Have the books had a mare? Have they just had a sleep?
They've filled their pocket on round win in the Brownlow.
Yeah,
They'll
true.
take some risks.
That's so
It's,
true.
it's like someone in a book. It's like, you used to get the old maths textbook
books.
and you just have a look and there's just a page gone. You're like, hang on a minute, I don't know where this page is. I don't know where this page is. Miss Ann, she has to shave her armpit. She never used to shave it. Anyway, but the page isn't there. It's like someone's ripped out the Cam Rayner for 2 page. Oh, boys, I absolutely love this.
They've got it wrong.
I love this.
All right, everyone, deep breath. When you flip the pillow, that's the chill spot.
Yeah.
Snoop kick and run from the boundary. That's an arty skill shot. When it's time to cook a steak, make sure the Barbie grill's hot.
Yep.
But when you're looking for a future competition A grader, give me Darcy Wilmont.
Nice.
Awesome.
Darcy
Love
Wilmont.
that. That's
I
Shakespeare.
love everything about this bloke. His size, his speed, his kicking, his beard. I just reckon he's a gun.
Yeah.
He's got A grader next year written all over
The
him.
wet willy.
The wet willy, Darcy Wilmont. The way he shrugged Nick Dacos, that Nick Dacos tackle in the middle of the G, left Nick hurting on the deck.
Yep.
I was just in awe. It's just stuck in my head. When I watched it the next day, I'm like, God, it was awesome. He's in the StatMate Hot Legs of the Week, boys. I went to StatMate, our best mate. He's averaging 24.6 his last 5 matches he's played. He's gone over 20 in all 5 games.
Yep.
He had 24 the first final he played against the Cats, and he had 25 on the weekend.
Unbelievable.
So he's in good form. They've set his line at 21 and a half, boys. You know what that is?
What's that?
That is not enough.
No.
Not enough.
No.
Close.
Give me Wilmont over. The kid is a star.
Star.
22 touches, boys.
Yep.
Darcy
You got it.
Wilmont. We love that for a leg on
So
Grand
much.
Final day. Give us Darcy Wilmont, Lou.
And love overs. Now, hear me out here.
Okay.
Tom Atkins.
Okay.
20 disposals at $2.25.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Okay.
The last 10 times he's played the Lions, he's only hit this twice.
Okay. Convince us.
In both those games, Lachie Neale was held by Tom Atkins to under 20 disposals.
Okay.
If Neale gets 20,
Yep.
Atkins goes under, and vice versa. Lachie Neale is a chance to play this week. I think he'll be underdone and won't pop the 20 mark. Therefore, I'm backing Atkins for 20. If Neale isn't fit to play, Atkins is free to do what he wants and have 23. What are your thoughts?
You're seeing the board well. Is this another Real take?
No, I'm not seeing the Brownlow that well, but I'm deep diving into this. It's more than
Okay.
just numbers. It's more than just stats. Anyone can just go to StatMate. Okay. This shows about more of that. It's about nous, Jev.
Okay.
Okay. Tom Atkins, $2.25. We're going to take some swings. How did he go?
He had 25 on the weekend against 17,
27 against
17, 27, 21, 20. He's had it 5 weeks in a row.
$2.25.
Actually, I had 17
See,
against the Lions.
it's the last 10. It's the last 10 times he played the Lions that turns you off it.
Right.
$2.25 for 20. Tommy Atkins in the middle of the G.
All right.
Oh, I'm thinking deep here.
What's his over-under?
Don't know. Well, I'll tell you, it'll be 18.
Will it?
I don't mind 18.
18 and a half.
It's the extra 2. I don't mind 18 and a half.
But if you like 18.5, you like 20.
I don't know. I like 18 and a half.
Because you like 18, you like 19 touches. You might as well take the 20.
Yeah.
We're going to try and $10 bucks.
Yeah, it's tough. Boys,
I went better the second time. No one needs to know about that.
when you go down the wine cellar,
Here we go.
you grab a bottle of wine, you pop the Corco.
Okay.
When your dad comes home from work, he sees your mum, he gives her a Porco.
Jesus.
When we need a leg in the multi for the grand final, give me the best kick in the game, Dane Zorko for
Yes.
30 touches, 30 or more disposals. So, boys, he's had 32 plus in each of his last 3 away matches against Geelong.
Okay.
So he loves Geelong away. 345 for 30. 345 looks like a swing. Or do we just peg it back to 25? I'm not sure. If 25 is his line, we're happy to take 25 over.
5.5 is his line. He had 35 that first final.
Yep. What I love about that is, well, obviously we won't have the result in the multi, but Darcy, you're a big Brisbane man. Will you be tipping Brisbane?
Yes.
So he probably has it if they win.
Yeah.
You're a Geelong man, obviously, and the result won't be in the multi.
In an ideal world, if you look at him either way of the stats column, he needs to get 20 touches, or he at least needs to get 20 kicks for them to win. And they feed him. The ball comes down, Harris Andrews, let's just look left to right. Where's Zorko? Let's run through. You've watched all the finals games, how he's orchestrated from the back line.
Yep.
He's orchestrated. So he gets it, tries to find, because he bites off the kicks that other people can't. So I think we're going to have a swing. If it's not 30, let's at least go 25.
Or it's over.
Yeah, what was he over about?
25.5, I think.
Yeah, I like the over.
All in 90, we'll take that. Beautiful. Let's go.
Give me the style and profile.
Nice.
Limousine riding.
What?
Jet flying.
What?
Kiss stealing.
What?
Wheeling dealing.
Hell yeah.
Son of a gun. Hollywood Baz Lane. Okay, give me Bailey Smith, boys.
Nice.
Give
Yeah,
me
good
Bailey
call,
Smith.
good call.
He's fucking made for this.
Yep.
I just find him must watch.
Yeah.
He's must watch TV, whether you like him or you hate him. Extremely entertaining.
Yep.
I just want to bet on him. I just want to bet on him this weekend. I want to bet on him. I want to take him for a goal. He's paying $3 for a snag. He's kicked a snag in both finals he's played in.
Yep.
He was $4 the previous 2 weeks.
For the Dogs,
Yeah,
kick 3?
Kick 3 in that
Four,
prelim.
4-3.
I just want to take him for a goal at $3. Last week when we got to the prelim, I had a bet on him we had a bet on him for 35 and 2
Fucking oath we
at
did.
200 to 1.
That's a good bet.
200 to 1 we had him. He had 36 and 1 goal 1. He's a stud.
Yep.
If they win, and if he wins Norm Smith, he will be an electric quicker than you can say Tammy Hembrow.
Jesus Christ.
Tammy Embrow. He's there. He's there.
Bang. He's kicked his goal. He's bang. He's there.
That's all. Bang. He's out.
You said it all. You said it. He's made to have 40 and 1
Yes.
grand final
Yes.
day.
Yep.
So I just want to piggyback on that for a second. So I actually like this as well. Sorry for interrupting, Malls. But
don't.
for 30 plus disposals, he's had it in 6 of Geelong's last 7 matches.
Yes.
He gets the ball. I'm not sure who's going to put time into him for Brisbane, but 244 we get for 30. I can just see him like at the top of the stat sheet where they win or lose, he'll be in the 30 column.
Yep.
He just runs his ass off.
Yep.
He's fit as a fiddle. And he just gets himself to contest. Like whether he has as much damage as other people, you can argue that. But 244, again, we've got to have a swing.
Yeah, I like
and
it.
at the end of the stat sheet, that's one that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And I also like is if on Sunday and someone says, how'd the 100K go? And we go, nah, no good. And then we're like, oh, Baz didn't get 30. So, oh, you swing at that.
Yeah, 100%. You got to have a swing. It's
You
one
gotta
game.
Yeah, once we
Sunday.
start plugging in, we'll see how it starts adding up.
I'm so excited to plug.
Yeah, plug
It's
in.
been a while. Give me Harry Ankers.
Nice.
The Wall of Wollongabba.
Yeah.
You know why I like Harry?
What's that?
'Cause he'll take a Harris Andrews.
Nice.
You like an iPhone, Jeff? I'm sticking with the Android.
Yeah.
The big Andrewski. The big harassment. Harris Andrews, 15 disposals.
Harassment.
Neil Erasmus.
We took him last
Big
week.
Aristotle.
$1.80 last week. We cashed. Okay,
Yeah.
but $1.59 hasn't come down enough for me to not take it.
Nice.
Okay, his last 2 games against the Cats, he's had 16s. The stretch of form he's been in since round 22. I can't see him not saluting. I like him. He's number 2 on your top 10, Jev. Top 10 integrity, does.
Yep.
You have to have top 10 integrity. I think $1.60 again. It's not one of those $3 legs. You still got to have some builders.
Yep.
You got to have some bobs. So $1.60 is too good.
Boys, if you tell
Looks
a,
like Bob the Builder.
if you tell a joke when you're a kid, it's most likely about Chuck Norris.
Okay.
After you have your double shot espresso latte in the morning, you need to take a Boris.
Okay.
Where we need some young forward talent in the multi, give us Logan Morris for
here we go.
$2. So, boys, this one's a little bit of value. $1.76. $1.76, 2 goals in each of Brisbane's last 3 day matches at the MCG. I don't think that includes the 7-piece against the Pies. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Loves the moment. Great kick of the footy. I think it was on the Sunday Footy Show last week how Rory Sloane said he got up on the wing and he put that absolute heat seeker into Charlie Cameron. A bit like Tex. A little bit like Tex. Maybe they get him up the ground. He'll kick one early, boys. He'll give him one of these. He'll give him one of these. And then he'll probably kick one in the third.
Yeah,
I
so true.
like him for 2.
That's so true.
$1.76. We always say 2, like if you got your main forward all throughout the year, multi him up for 2, they should all probably be $1.30.
Yep.
Your best forwards in your side should kick 2 every week. That's exactly what they do. I think Jez averaged 3.5 this year.
Yep.
That's what they do. They have to average 2. He did on the big stage last year, $1.76. Come on, Logan.
We were talking about this off camera. You had a bit of a shocker in that first final against Geelong.
Yep.
Just got level to touch.
But now there's no Tom Stewart
Yes,
and there's
true.
an injured Jack Henry.
Yep.
All of a sudden, that just becomes more opportunity. He's going to get more chances. He's a good player. I like the young guy.
Feels like they haven't priced that in.
You don't reckon they're priced in?
What have the books done?
I'm not sure they've priced it.
The books are still too busy counting their cash
Matt
after
Rao cash.
handing out our cash.
Very true.
But then also that. Do you have anything else?
So These are just some other markets I'm looking at. I don't necessarily love your guys' opinion.
Have a look.
That's Mark Blitzarv's line is set at 13.5. He had 20 in the first final against the Lions.
Wow.
Darcy Cameron had 15 against the Lions duo of McInerney and Fort on the weekend
60
as a
squid.
ruckman. He's also basically a midfielder.
Yep.
So Mark Blitzarv's, I'm looking at his over. Also like Blitzarv's for a goal at 220. He's kicked a goal 3 out of his last 4 against the Lions. Yep. 3 out of his last 4 against the Lions to kick the goal. He's also kicked 4 goals in his last 5 games he's played.
Yeah, nice.
4 goals in his last 5, 3 out of his last 4 against the Lions. He's just that guy.
Yep.
I definitely love his over. 13.5 is a low line.
I love it.
Basically a midfielder. He's at every centre stoppage.
Yeah.
He's going to pop up. They reckon if Reece Stanley plays, it'll free him up more to go behind the ball as well, a bit more. Which
they might do. Which they might do because of Thingo.
So I just like his over 13.5. I think it's a low number. It's good to bet over on that.
100%. And low with the value. It's like a loan to value ratio,
Yeah.
Jeff, like a mortgage. You know,
Yes.
you just have to invest in this task.
I just rocked up just thinking about how good the prelim was between these two teams last year. Imagine we get that game.
Oh,
Yeah.
dark.
What did you go, Mark? I'm going to Mark Blitz after that day.
I just bricked up.
This bloke's like Hollywood pizza for me.
What? Hollywood?
I can't quit it.
Okay.
Ollie Dempsey for $1.63.
Yep.
So I had it last week, he missed. And that's why I love you. Either hot or you're due.
Yes.
We've had the miss. Okay, it's the Statmate leg of the week. I've just announced that then. But he's kicked 11. He kicked 11 goals straight.
Nice.
Playing at the G. Missed last week. So $1.63. I just think it's too good. I just want him in the multi and I just want to move on.
Yeah, we want to back on players. I'm not sure if anyone else is going to touch on a few others, but I've only got one more here that I really want to talk about because a lot of the others are short. There's some fillers we're going to, but back this guy the last 2 weeks. He's unbelievable. We've mentioned him a few times today. Will Ashcroft goal, $2.90. So he kicked a goal in the grand final last year. Probably could have kicked a couple more. He's kicked 2 in each of his last 2 games. He loves the MCG. He's not afraid of the moment. He's going to step up. I think with Lachie Neale out, with him coming back in, it just relieves a little bit of tension.
Yeah,
I think.
true.
A little bit of attention maybe at the start, so maybe he can get going. He's a real confidence player. Last year in the grand final, he gets touches in flurries. So he'll go, give it, get it back. A little dinky one over the top, and then he continues to go. But if he gets it in clear waters and it's about 50, if there's matchups up forward, he'll just set sail. It's an unbelievable finish. He's got all the tricks in the book, and we always say, if he's got half a second, that is too long.
I've always said that.
Always said it, so he's a freak.
I love him to kick a snag. He's so good.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks, the one on Anderson that he had half a second to
That was
convert.
fucked.
The kick off the ground on the weekend. The other one that he bent back, did the Aaron Rodgers Sally. Just to be on him, he kicked one against Swans last year.
You just want to be on it.
Yeah, especially when it's in the twos.
Totally.
Like you just take him for a snag.
Yeah.
100%.
Also, if you're looking for one, you're looking for 2, that's $10.
Oh, I love the 10.
I had that last 2 weeks, but I'm idiot. I multied up with too many other things.
Glorious.
Oh, I've got 2 here. So Hugh McCluggage for a goal at 250. This isn't a stats one. It's more like a feel. They'll have more tricks up their sleeve this time for when he gets to Oyster Mullen. If what happened to him last time just can't happen again. They've got to do something different. He's been a goal kicker all year, had his first All-Australian, 37-1 on the weekend. He just can't go to the midfield, get dominated again, and walk off field with 17 touches. He has to have more impact than that. Will we see him at half forward? Will we see him at half back? Back out in the wing where he used to play his best footy. So just a goal. But the other one, Kai Lohman.
Nice. Our guy, Kai.
Lohman, our guy Kai. Mates, brother of Jake. We're mates with Jake Lohman.
Yes, we are.
Mates with Jake Lohman, Kai Lohman's brother. We met him last year at Dan Gorringe's grand final breakfast.
Yep.
We saw him again at the weekend of footy. We chatted to him about half an hour. We're just sort of saying to him, like, you know, does Kai give you much game plan stuff? Are they tagging Nick Dacos today? This and that. He's like, nah, don't really get much. It's like, does Kai watch any tape? What is it? He's, nah, they don't really show him much tape. You know, like, does he play on anyone?
See ball, get ball.
He's like, nah, they don't put Kai on. They put as little information in his head as they can, and he just plays on instinct. Just fly around, kick goals, be where you want to be.
Yeah.
Doesn't defend that much, apparently. Just doesn't care. He's just a forward pocket that loves snags, and I love that.
I've got one here. If there's a market for it, Jamie Allard took market of the year last week, but he said Kai hasn't done it at this level yet. He said, hey, we've been waiting his whole career to take mark of the year. He's like, that's all he did in the juniors coming up, and he hasn't really had his opportunity. Watch him take mark of the year this week in the grand final.
So
mark of the year.
So
this week, Kai Lohman calling it.
Coming up next.
I've opened the stat mate up right now. So he's kicked 1-3, 2-2-2 his last 5 games he's played.
Okay.
Which is great.
That is great.
Against the Oppo, 2-2. His last 2 against Geelong.
Yep.
2 in that first final, 2 in round 15. At the venue, he's only kicked 1 against Collingwood in the prelim, 2 against Geelong. Kicked 4 grand final day in the first half against the Swans last year. No one forgets that.
Yep.
I'm liking 2 because I like Kyle Oman. Happy with just 1 in there, but he's kicking a goal.
Yep.
He's playing off now, so you like it for 2. We haven't plugged the multi yet. We'll start plugging in a minute, but
I can't wait to plug.
Morgs?
I also can't wait to start looking at how many goals we got, because obviously we've gone the over, so we can tally up how many goals we got to play with, and we'll give Kai a couple.
Yeah, 100% we have to. Anything else?
Boys in the truck.
Let's go.
Charlie, you've been built for moments like this. Finals footy, the energy's high, the stakes are real, and you rise with it. Your last 5 games tell the story.
Come on.
13,
Yep.
10,
What?
2, 14,
Hey.
15.
Yes.
You're trending up when it counts. 3 of your last 4, you've cleared the line. The form is real, the confidence is building, and we only need 10.
Hell yeah.
Not 30, not 4 goals in a hanger, just 10 touches.
Come on.
10 moments to remind everyone what you bring. Your speed, your pressure, your connection with the crowd.
Come on.
You're more than just a spark, you're a barometer, my friend. Your speed, your pressure, I just read that line.
One more time.
Racing now. When you're on... Bit along here. Brisbane are on. Come on. That's why I love you at $1.87, because the value is honest and the belief even stronger. I'm not just backing a number, I'm backing you to step up like you always do. Come on. 10 disposals, that's yours for the taking. Let's go get it. Chuck Kaz, everybody. $1.87 for 10 disposals.
Oh, that's awesome.
so he's had 4 of his last 5.
Yeah.
4 of his last 5.
One of them was a 2.
One of them was
That
a 2.
2 was against the Cats in that first final.
Correct. But it's the value. It's the 10
$1.87
disposals.
for 10.
If it was $1.40, I wouldn't go near it. But
Yeah.
for 10
It's
disposals,
like 10 cents a disposal.
he could have a shocker. You kick 3 goals and have 11. You kick 3 behinds and have 11.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And we cashed $1.87.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
I am fired up.
Don't mind staying away from him goals because we're taking a lot of mid
Exactly.
goals. Couple forwards here and there.
$1.87 is too good.
Boys, I like backing people with 2 first names. We like Jeremy Cameron.
Yes.
We like Logan Morris.
Yes.
Shannon Neal.
Yes.
Shannon Neal's one's Morgs. Zach Bailey, Charlie Cameron.
Chuck Kaz.
But then I've got a man here, Jack Martin. He's another one. He might kick a goal. But then we got a man that doesn't have a first or last name. You tie your shoes and a horse gallops. Give me Ty Gallop. We're going to say he's built like Magnuson. He's huge. He's built like, what's his fucking name? Matheson. He's bigger than Chadson, that bloke.
They had to get a crane to get his jersey off on the weekend.
How big is
was
he?
tiny.
Fuck.
I know we see him on camera a lot. You see him in person.
Oh, duck.
He's like a kite.
He's a brick fucking shit house. He
That's a
was
great
so
song.
big.
I'm thinking if we get tickets to the game, we've got a Brisbane Geelong jersey. Let's just go Dukes out.
I'll Duke.
Let's just duke it out.
We're looking for tickets.
So 2 goals, 325. He could just be just one of those guys.
It's on Hip Watch.
Hip watch, hip thrish.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he still has got hummus?
Trish.
Do you reckon he still is shopping at Honey Bardo?
Probably.
And do you think he's still putting taziki in his groin?
That's hip.
To get rid of yeah, I'm talking.
saying I was on Hipwood Watch.
Yeah, and then I'm talking about
Better than
Hipwood.
Hipwood.
Yeah, but what do you reckon Hipwood's doing? Do you reckon he's still putting tzatziki in his throat?
Potentially.
All right, boys. You got my name, Alex?
Oh, I'm done.
I'm cooked.
We haven't said the words Jeremy Cameron yet.
I know.
Just
I have.
yeah. We haven't spoken about any Jeremy Cameron.
We're already invested, by the way.
I know. We are invested. So last week, Morgs had a bet. Jeremy Cameron to kick 5 grand final day.
Such a
At
smart
11 to
bet.
1.
Gobbled it up.
He had it before the prelim started. So we've got him for 5 personally.
Gobble Watch.
People love betting on Jez. So right here, Jez has booted 3+ goals in 7 of his last 10 games. He's $1.70 for 3. Last grand final he played, Robbie Fox held him pretty well.
Yep.
If Ryan Lester goes to him, Froggy Lester,
Froggy last.
it's trouble.
Hey.
If Darcy Gardner goes to him, it might be a different story. How many goals do we want Jez Cameron for in the dingo?
Froggle box. 3 or 4.
Minimum
Just 3.
I think, I think he has a monster.
Taking that many goal kickers.
Yeah, we're taking the over too.
Yeah,
So,
he needs goals.
Meet in the middle.
This could be 130 to 130.
That'd be sick.
And needs, Jez Watch, needs 12 for the ton.
Don't think he's kicking 12.
Could we see 13?
Frog
Nah,
goes.
3's the line.
Three's the
$1.67 is really nice.
Three's
Thanks
the
for
line.
stat, mate.
These are the line. All right. We like it.
Let's pause this thing and put this multi on.
I'm really keen to see what
So
this looks
that
like.
is the last time that we're actually going to be discussing bets in the AFL season 2025 for the multi grand final AFL Geelong Brisbane. Coming up next, We got the world famous ramble for the last time. We're going to read out the 100K multi. We are going to finalise first goal glory, let you know who's going to be bowling, and that's probably going to be it. We're going to put a bow on it. So part 3 coming up right next. Ooh, we're back.
Go, Rogue. Right next.
All right, guys, we are back. So part 3, the final ramble of the season. We're going to finally read out the multi. We do have a few little tweaks. It's not quite $100,000. Jeff, please explain.
Yeah, so on PointsBet, our best friends, of course, PointsBet.
Of course.
You can only put a 600 to 1 same game multi on.
Okay.
So we've got 15 legs right now at
Yep.
600 to 1, but the multi's not done.
No.
We'll send it out on Friday, the final multi. We're going to add a few NFL legs,
Yep.
the touchdown scorers. We're going to listen to Tommy Sheridan and Aaron Sipos' NFL
They're on
show.
fire, the boys.
Tommy has been on fire on his
Yep.
NFL game, so we're going to get some of his best bets.
Yep.
Chuck them on the back end of this to pump it up to that 10,000 to 1. But it's at 600 to 1. We've got a little bonus bet on it right now.
It's good.
So I'll give you the disposals first. So for disposals,
Come on.
Tom Atkins 15,
Yep.
made it for 15.
It made it.
Blitz halves for 10.
Yep.
Charlie Cameron for 10.
Come on.
Jeremy Cameron for 10.
Come on.
We've got Pat Dangerfield over 20.5. Bailey Smith over 27.5. Darcy Wilmont over 21.5. And Dane Zorko over 25.5.
Ticks.
That's our disposals.
Really good.
Happy with those. Then we've been loving the points. Over 171.5 match points.
Yeah.
Because we want goals.
For sure.
Then our goal kickers.
Pump them up.
Ollie Dempsey anytime.
Come on.
Bailey Smith anytime. Will Ashcroft anytime. Logan Morris to kick 2. Jeremy Cameron to kick 3. Pat Dangerfield to kick 1.
I love it.
That's brilliant.
No Kai Lohman. No Charlie
Yep.
Cam Rayner. No Cam Rayner.
Unfortunately.
It's
okay.
Because it just kept getting to 600 to 1 and then you didn't need it. So they're our favourite
They're our
legs.
best.
They're our best.
I'll be taking them in the personal.
We'll be taking them in the
and Ty
personals.
Gallop.
And Ty Gallop.
That might be my treble.
That might be trouble.
That might be my treble.
Be a good treble.
Yeah.
Did the over make it?
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
awesome.
We had to take that. Let's quickly touch on it. First
Please.
goal glory.
Yes.
I lost. So we're going to find a date, and I'm going to be spending however long that takes. I'm going to go to a bowling alley. We're going to have to rent out a couple of lanes.
Lanes.
And I can't leave until I hit 100 pins.
Your ankle won't be able to handle that.
Yeah, I'm not sure
The
exactly.
constant pressure on the front.
You're going to have to use the dongle as well when you
Oh.
push the ball off. It's going to be rough for you. It's going to be a great day, though.
Fucking hell.
Final scores, 54-50 to Jev, 26 to Morg, and 9. Das, that is horrible.
He won first goal kicker.
I've always struggled with first goal glory.
That's fair enough. You're a good punter everywhere else.
I just struggle at the first goal. So I'll be doing that. Let's get into a little bit of a ramble. So let's have a little bit of a draft. So usually we ramble about the Thursday, Friday night games. We've got one game to bet on, boys.
Yep.
We've been talking about it all week. Hopefully we've touched on it a lot. We touched on it with Joey. Let's just have a little bit of a draft.
Please.
Norm Smith draft.
Norm Smith draft.
Yes, okay.
Pumped up about this.
So we'll go from the top.
We're going to take 3 players each.
Yeah, we'll snake order.
Okay, you go first.
Bailey Smith.
Such a good pick.
Yeah, you had to take
Like,
a
it's
pick
such
one.
a good pick.
Pat Dangerfield.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
it's
good
always
pick.
taking him.
Yep. Will Ashcroft for mine.
Fuck.
13. Give the odds too, because
I
that's
Should have taken
important.
him at 1.
I got Pat Dangerfield 8. You got Bailey Smith 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always north of 10s in my norm betting. I have to be north of 10. So I'm going to go 13, and then I'm going to snake back down to Josh Dunkley at 17. Disrespect a little bit in the top 10. I think the 17's really juicy. He could do a Ryan O'Keefe job, Jev.
Yep.
He could just shut someone down, kick a goal himself the other way. 17 is so nice.
Back to me. I am going Zach Bailey at 23 to 1.
Yep.
God.
He's been on fire. He's been super classy. He was best on the weekend. If he kicked that third goal that Darcy Moore smothered, he would have been best on. So Zach
What's
Bailey.
he need for Norm Smith? Is it 5?
Well, I'm just thinking quickly. They might tag Will Ashcroft.
Yep.
They might tag Lockie Neal might be hampered. They do tag Hugh McCluggage. They do tag Cam Rayner. Just name all these players. I'm like, there's one player left, and it could be Zach Bailey as an all-timer.
Good call.
It could be 24 and 3, and that might be enough.
I'll be taking Cam Rayner. I'm so shattered I didn't get Will. So
Sorry, mate.
Cam Rayner, and then I will scoot back to... Oh, do I have a swing?
Have a swing.
Do I have a swing?
Go on.
Swing.
Shannon Neal.
Jagger.
Fuck
6?
it. 6 at 81 bucks.
Yeah, good call.
Fuck it.
Like it.
I'm going back up top. I'm taking Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah, nice.
Kick 6.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Jeremy Cameron to kick 6.
Sean Manor off the board because Joey took him. $26. I think that's a great bet. But Ollie Dempsey. Ollie
Yeah,
Dempsey, I
I was
can't
gonna
put
do
him
that too.
34. He's going to have to kick 3 on the wing, but I definitely think he can do it. $34 is so nice.
I like it. So we're going to put them up. It's going to be an awesome game. Hopefully we can get there. Hopefully we get some tickets. Can anyone get us some tickets?
We'll pay. We'll
pay.
cash. We'll pay.
We'll see. We'll see if we can get some tickets. Like, but seriously, can anyone get some tickets? Like, this isn't a plug.
Rock hard just thinking about it.
Yeah.
We would love to be there for the game. Boys, I think that's it. We've had an awesome year. We've been in the studio a lot. It's been great. We've been hanging out. I think I've seen you the last
Oh, God.
6 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We've seen each other every single day.
Gone to the clubby breakfast Saturday morning. If anyone's going, can't wait to see anyone.
Yep.
So we're going Here Comes the Money style over summer. So still a weekly pod dust,
Nice.
still catching up, but it'll be Here Comes the Money style from we're going to give the studio a breather. Thank you to everyone for the love. We love the message. I'm sure they'll keep coming in, Dust, but the messages we get, the Discord, the people in that thing is unbelievable, little community in there. But yeah, the amount of people that jumped on the live last night, that were in our DMs and are always in our DMs. We're following Live Golf, Dust, Cricket, the Ashes. We're going to wrestling in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll be having chisels galore over there. But yeah, unbelievable. Next year is going to be a big year. We're excited about next year. We might not be in this studio, but yeah, massive shout out to the people that know who they are. And we try and get back to all the comments and that. But maybe next year, just maybe,
We'll break through a touch.
Break through.
As I said, footy's done for now, but that doesn't mean we're done. We follow a lot of other sports. We're always happy to punt on anything. We love gambling. We love going to live events. So that's what we do. So thanks to you guys. It helps. Please share it to your nan. This actually might be the only time that she can actually listen to it.
If you're an avid watcher and Nan's not listening to it, the message hasn't got through.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't.
Footy's also great to talk. The trade period coming up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy footy. I'm going to do a Test cricket pyramid.
That's brilliant.
The best players coming over the Ashes.
Yep.
I'm going to make a Test cricket pyramid.
We got the wrestling coming up.
Wrestling, heaps of NFL. NFL's just starting to pick
just
up.
starting to heat up.
Basketball's going to start soon.
We're doing a Survivor as we always do. We start late in round 5. We're doing it with Tommy and the Aces.
Okay.
Guys, we're doing a joint one. The prize will be better. We'll get Rixie on board.
Nice.
So look out for the late Survivor there. So you've had a chance to look at the league and now you choose.
We'll just leverage them for some sunny
Yeah,
stuff.
leverage.
I like it. It's been an awesome year, boys. Well done. We'll hopefully be there for the game and hopefully we cash this fucking multi.
Very random shout too. If you are in Perth, we've got an underrated good following in Perth.
Do we?
We sent a lot of black hats to Perth, which just really shocked us. So
Really?
yeah, we'll pick a pub or a brewery that we're going to go to before one of the nights of the wrestling. Come down and have a beer with us. There'll be like 3 blokes.
We'll do a live show.
just
That'd be
be
awesome. Potentially massive interview.
Yes, true. Very true. We won't, but you know our history with revealing
Interviews,
guests. Let's put a bow on this one.
That's the final tip, Lou, before you get up. Final tip.
Cats by 14.
And your official Norm Smith?
Norm Smith is Ollie Dempsey, 34.
I think Brisbane by 11. Again, they just get up and then they kick another one late like they did in the prelim. And Will Ashcroft, Norm Smith.
Back to back. Cats by 10 goals. Pat Dangerfield, Norm Smith. This game won't be close, and I've thought it for a long time.
Chile, baby back ribs.
What are you prepared to lose today? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.